Hi everybody, welcome back to LovelyGirlieBits. So I'm back with a little if I could turn back down video where I talk about some of the really cool things that I did and happened in 2015. I love starting a new year and looking forward to see what potentially might happen in this coming year. But then I also like looking back at like all the good stuff. I don't want to look at the bad stuff. The bad stuff we don't give a shit about. So I'll be honest with you, at the start of 2015 I was like, oh, I'm not really looking forward to this year because I had loads of stuff going on at the time and I just kind of wanted to get the year over with and try and make it to the end in one piece. But then as the months went on, I was like, oh my god, this is a really good year. Oh my god, this is a really good year. Oh my god, this is a really good year. And now I have like really high hopes for 2016. So I hope it lives up to last year. Today's video is 15 really cool things that happened in 2015. And then that's it. I'm done talking about 2015. That's it. All about 16. Okay. I have my list here. Okay, so I think probably the coolest thing that happened in 2015 was the bridie brunch. I just loved that day so much. I was so tired at the end of it because we were all just like, I just wanted it to be so good and everything. And if you don't know what the bridie brunch is, where have you been? What is happening? I know, I'm just kidding. So 3 of my Snapchat friends and I decided to create an event. We are now real friends, like in real life, and we see each other all the time. Except when we see each other all the time, we don't actually snap or social media in any way at all because we're too busy having the ultimate chats. Each time that we met up for brunch, we'd messages from people say that they wanted to come to a brunch with us. So we were like, why don't we try and organise a brunch? And none of us had organised any kind of event like this before. And we did it. Like, we did it from start to finish all ourselves. We organised the tickets, we organised the venue, we didn't do the food, obviously the venue organised the food, we did the decorations, we sourced the goodie bags, and we had some really generous brands on board who gave us products for the goodie bag, and it was just like the best day ever. Like, even up until the night before the brunch, we were like, we could do this, what about this, what about this? And I loved the fact that the 4 of us, I'm talking about Aisling, Ellen and Laura, that's alphabetical order, I always do that. And it was just really good to have a group of women who had a bajillion ideas and just, we worked so well together and like each person took on certain roles and it was just great crack. We wanted something really social where everyone could sit down, where we could sit down and talk to everybody and then give everybody presents and then give everybody food, because that's the most important thing. Food and presents and chats and lols and music. That was like one of my favourite moments is when we blared Crazy Love. We knew that that was going to be the entry song. Everybody came in and we were just like, oh my god, my stomach was in flitters. You know that, I know that. Hopefully we're going to do more things in 2016. We just need to like change it up a bit now because it seems to be like a lot of events that are going on, so we need to do something different. One of my favourite things that happened last year was getting to meet and getting to know lots of new bloggers. Because when I started like 5.5 years at this point, there were hardly any of us, and now there are about 1,000,000 Irish bloggers. Not really that many, but like every time I go to an event I try and talk to somebody new and say hi and have the chats. So I made some really good friends last year. Like I see AJ all the time and we talk like every day. I see Becca from the Beauty Inbox all the time. I got to meet Tara Farrell, who's just gorgeous, ultimate ride bag. Because whenever Becca and I go out, like we just sit and just talk about the blogging and life and photography and everything, and it's just the best time ever. And the same with AJ, like we just have the ultimate chats, like it's real proper good times. And I got to meet Grace and Rosie and Suzanne Jackson, and yeah, it's just been one of those really good years where I think the community has evolved and like everyone is just out to have the crack, have the lols, and yeah, so I can't wait for this year to meet more new people. Not that I want to forget the old people, some I want to forget, but I don't want to forget all of them. So, and I feel like the friends that I've made last year, I keep saying this year, I feel like the friends that I made last year just want to be friends. Like I just want to have chats and aren't looking for anything, because like it's so often that as a blogger, like, and as one of the more established bloggers, I just get people all the time asking me for info, asking me for help, asking me for advice, and I don't mind giving that, but it's nice to have a proper like relationship and a proper friendship with people rather than just sorry, can I ask your advice on this, can I ask your advice on this, and like having like no interaction whatsoever other than give me all your knowledge please. Like, I'm happy to give knowledge, I just want to have friendship too. I sound like such a loser. Another thing that I did this year was to organise this office. So you're now seeing a corner, the rest of it is kind of messy and I have an idea of what I want to do with it. But like this place was an ultimate mess and I had it in my head that I wanted to have a room dedicated to beauty with a desk with a little corner here for videos, and I love the room. And I have like little picture shelf things that are probably like, I think the other one's going to probably fall off the wall because I didn't drill the holes properly, that's what she said. So yeah, I think over the next month or so I'm going to kind of give it like a little bit of a, and make this corner nice and pretty, make over there nice and pretty, so I have a few different filming backgrounds now that I have this light here. Remember when I got all this furniture, this is all like from IKEA. I think this room could be just named after IKEA. I snapped the whole thing because I was like, if I don't hold myself accountable, I will just end up like sitting on the couch watching telly or not putting everything together. And so I think I did it on one of the hottest days of the year, and I was purple with the heat trying to like put one of these together, and then I had to put another one together, and I was just like, oh god, the effort of life, but it was so worth it in the end. And I love my little space with all the twinkles and everything, and there's like glitter and everything. I love it, love my room. Something that I did earlier in the year was being asked to be a judge in the Image Beauty Awards, and I was like, remember when I got the email through and actually read down, I was like, oh my god, and then I scrolled back up just to make sure it was for me. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have pains in my stomach after this one. What does this mean? So I got to judge, I think it was nails and body, and got sent a load of products to try out. And some of them I tried out already, but like that was my job. Like this is like my hobby, is to try out new products and tell you what I think about them. So then being asked to do it in Image magazine, I was just like, it's like the best thing ever. And I'm, okay, don't tell anybody this, but we went the day of the, I don't know why I'm speaking out, the day of the judging we went to the hotel, I don't know what hotel it was, somewhere, and like all of the judges, we sat around a table, and I don't watch an awful lot of telly because the blog keeps me busy and stuff, and I watch things on my laptop, and so so I kind of went over to get the coffee because I was there on my own, I didn't know anybody, and I was just like, oh my god, I just, so awkward. And I was like, don't fall, don't say something stupid, just focus on your shit. So then I went over to coffee, and there's this woman there, and I was like, oh hi, I'm Karen, what's your name? And she's like, Celia Holman Lee, and I was like, oh nice to meet you. And then I got on my phone and I was like, who is Celia Holman Lee? And then I was like, oh god, how did I not know who she was? More to. Anyway, that was such a good day, and then we had a photo shoot where I was just like, oh my god, this is so weird, like, how is this my life? And the magazine came out, and there's like, and the magazine and everything, and I just, it was the best day ever. I totally had a headache after from trying not to like say stupid stuff. That's really hard, like for me, you don't know how much I edit this stuff. I'm to like talk to people in real life, it's real difficult. So I have to get into my phone to see what the next thing is. So last year I was lucky enough to get to go to London twice. I know. Whenever I get those emails in, instantly I get pains in my stomach from excitement and from nerves, and then I have to go and see if anybody else is off work, and like take time off work, and then if they are, I have to try and like wangle it around. So I went to London overnight with Smashbox. That was so much crack. Went with a group of bloggers and YouTubers. We had the best day, and then we had a masterclass where Janine Bird, I swear to God, she's just so good. So good. And they were showing us like new products that were out, and then we got to like have a little wander, and we went into London city thing. I don't know, I've only been to London like a couple of times, and met up with like Jane from British Beauty Blogger, and I got to know Siobhan from Let's Makeup and Melanie Murphy a lot because we were sitting together on the plane, and they were like giving me all advice on YouTube, and I was just like, so that was really good times. And then the next month, I think June, I went to London with The Body Shop, and so again, when the email came through, I was like, what if I don't know anybody on the trip? What if they don't like me? What if I stay still? What if I get travel sick and they want to like puke everywhere? I get really bad travel sickness. But it was grand because Becca from the Beauty Inbox is there, so we just literally went blah, 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 for the whole day. Great crack. And yeah, we got to go to London, had some food, and then we were like shushed by these bridies because we were having the crack. Like we were listening to Tria McCarthy tell a story, and you know her, she is a lunatic, such a funny bridie, love her to bits. And yeah, these women came over and they were like, could you shush please, we're over there, you're very loud. And we were like, seriously? So we were just like giving them evils for the rest of the day, like I was bitches. So that was really good. Like I'm just so lucky that I get to go and do these things. Best thing ever, best time ever. One of the most nerve-wracking things I done last year was to speak on Kelly Donegan's panel. So Kelly Donegan, she was doing this fundraising for charity because she was going to climb somewhere. Machu Picchu? Or is she going to be doing that? Trek for Life it was called. I'll put the name here, I can't remember what it was because I just can't remember, I should have looked it up. So she wanted to have a day where women kind of came together and talked and gave inspiration, and then asked me to do a chat. Oh my god, I'll never forget it. Like, but at least I was on the panel with AJ and with Aisling, and that was great because I know those, and I was like, we're going to have the best time ever. But I swear to God, like beforehand I don't even know what the people before me were talking about, because I was just like, oh my god, where's the toilet? Oh my god, I need to drink it. Yeah. But I think it was okay. I hope it was okay. I hope everybody had a good time, and I don't see, standing or like being in front of a group of people, it's so scary. Again, because I'm like, try not to curse. I'm like, don't curse, don't fall off the chair, because we were sitting on big chairs, which I do not enjoy as a human person, because it just hurts my legs, and then I just feel real like off balance. I'm very clumsy as a person, and I was just like, just don't fall, and just to have a focus. But we only had one microphone, so we couldn't have like the banter, you know, if we were like kind of talking between the three of us, because we had to kind of pass the mic. So next time we're going to have a mic for everybody. That's what we have decided. But that was good times, and that was my first foray into public speaking. Nearly died. I didn't really nearly die. I just felt drained from like head to toe. I was like, oh my god, I did it. And then I was like really dry mouthed as well. I felt like I was like. So last year was a really good year for the blog, in that I did some really cool collaborations on YouTube and on the blog. I think I did, yeah. So I did some with my favourite brands like La Roche-Posay, TK Maxx, Boots, and I love that. I'm very selective about who I collaborate with and who I do sponsored work with, because it has to fit the blog, it has to fit the YouTube channel. Like if I start talking about, I don't know, the cashew nuts, like you know that that's not me at all. Makeup, beauty, yes, all over. Hair care, yes. Yeah, oh, I sound like I'm having, nope. Edit that out. So I'm really proud of the collaborations that we did last year. We filmed a few videos and did some blog posts, and we have some really cool things coming up this year. So very excited. And I'm always going to do that. I'm always going to, like, I turn down more opportunities than I accept, because I'm like, no, because, and I explain this whenever I'm talking to people about blogging and that, I try to explain to them that for me, like, you might be watching this and not know me at all, and are going to buy this powder, just picked it up here, based on my say so. And so my integrity, like, I want you to have the trust with me, and I want you to know that I'm speaking the truth. I'm not going to bullshit you, that I'm not going to be like, try this, and like I never use it. Like, you know, that I'm very particular about that, but I'll always be upfront and honest when it comes to declaring sponsored work, because I'm really proud of that. I'm proud that like brands come to me and that I can pitch ideas to brands and that they want to work with me and want to pay me. I want this to be my job, though. 2015 was the year of the Snapchat. Where has it been all my life? Like, why did I not figure out how to use it beforehand? I don't know, because it has changed everything. Like, it's mad. It's mad. I'm so glad that I finally figured out how to use it, that people seem to like it, and that I'm enjoying it as well. Because I was kind of getting a bit bored with like the Twitter and the Facebook and Instagram a bit, because like there was a lot of like passive aggressive shit going on Twitter, and I was like, do you know what, I just have no interest at all. And then I found Snapchat, and I'm quite a visual person, so I like to see photos. I think that's why I love looking at Instagram and Pinterest as well. And so Snapchat, I get to like, look, I feel like I know these people, and I feel like through Snapchat I've met some really, really interesting, really amazing people. Like if I didn't get on Snapchat, like the bridal brunch wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't know the bridies. Like I knew Laura and Aisling a bit, but I've never met Ellen. I can't imagine that. So, well done, Snapchat. No, don't know what that was. Something really cool that I got to do was to drive 2 test cars. 2. I drove one. It was the Aris or something. It was the white one at the start of the year, and that was good. And then I got to drive the Toyota Hybrid something in August or so, and that was really cool. So it was part of like this big whole promotion thing, and everybody who was test driving those was in with a chance to win the car, and I was like, I'm not going to win this car. But one of my friends, Louise, did, and I'm delighted for her. Totally gel though. I'm really delighted for her as well. I was just really happy that I had a week of petrol free, so that's it. And I felt like, oh my god, I was mortified. So the second car, the hybrid one, the guy was like, oh, I'll get into the car and show you how to drive it. And I was like, oh, I didn't know it was an automatic. Was it automatic? Yeah, it was. And so I got in the car and he was like, now do this. And I was like, shit, what do I do? And so I drove out of the car spot and I was trying to like turn, and it was like a fucking minivan. Like it was a massive car. It felt like, I have a Peugeot 206, which is like this size, like I drive it like this. And when I drove around, it kind of went up over the curb, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so not going to get this car. I got a week of petrol, happy days, and it was good. And it had like all those little camera things that showed you what was behind you. I always enjoy those. Something else was that I got to be on the radio twice. Once was on Today FM. Yeah, talking about Snapchat, and I was just like, oh my god, this is live radio. I could potentially die of squirts on this thing, like, but it went grand. And then the next one was on the Breakfast Republic of Breakfast. Oh my god, I was so crap at naming things that I did. Where I was talking about putting makeup on in public transport. Again, I was just like, don't curse. And like I did it when I was at work and I had the office closed. I could hear everybody outside listening to it, and I was just like, oh my god, what is wrong with me? But it was really good. So at least I did that without cursing and stuff. Next one. So something really cool was that I was listed on a load of Snapchat lists of people to follow, which is mad. And always, they used the screenshot where I'm like this. Not the one where I'm like, yeah, so thanks everybody. And I won the best Snapchatter in Ireland on the besties. I don't know how I won that. I shouldn't have won that. I think that one of the Jameses should have won that. But anyway, I will take it. Thanks. Another thing that happened, so I have my phone here because I'm on my list, was that we went on a really cool family holiday in May, and hopefully we're going to go on another one this year. It was great crack, and so we go to the same place every year, and it was good to have like new people there to show them this is there, that's there, and I love it there. It's just so nice and sunny and warm and familiar. I love it. So if we go this year, I'm gonna Snapchat it and let you know. Something really cool was that I won a trip to Barcelona. I don't know. My name was just picked out of a hat. I went to this event for Estrella beer, and I just, see, because I'm so awkward, it's so weird. Because I don't drink, I know the irony that I won something to do with beer. So I don't mind going to the makeup things because I could talk about that and I could talk to people. But I just feel real weird when I'm standing trying to look cool and just try not to fall and I don't know. So I went with my brother. He was like, oh, that's my favourite beer. You can only get it in Barcelona. I was like, okay, come on, let's go. So we went, pulled my name out of a hat. So I have up until the end of May to do that. So hopefully we're going to go to Barcelona then. Mad Ted. One of the best things that I did in 2015 was to give myself a break because I work full time, and one of the girls, like whenever anybody's off, there's only 3 of us there, and so whenever one of the other 2 girls are off, I have to cover them, and so I'm doing my job and their job, and then trying to live blog, and then trying to have a life, and then trying to blog every day and do YouTube videos, and I have so much that I want to do and just not enough time to do it or energy. So in the year I was like, do you know what, it's okay, it's not the end of the world if I don't put up a blog post every day. And giving myself a break was just so good for my mental health. Like, it seriously was. I felt like a load had been lifted, and I'd rather put out like good quality content on the blog than a pile of shite. Like it is, like and the same thing this year, like I'm going to blog Monday, Wednesday, Friday doing beauty stuff, and if I don't get a blog post up every day, that's okay. I have like Slimming World things that I want to do, and I just have like extra, I just have so much that I want to do, and I have other projects on the sideline that I really want to get going with. Just a lot to do in life, like a lot to do. And finally, one of the best things that happened last year was being part of this. This is the Irish Beauty Bible from Expose. So 5 of us were in it. Like, look at us. That's Emma. That's, wait, that's Emma, that's AJ, that's Orla, that's Rosie, and that's me. See that pose? That's so bloody hard. Because they were telling me, they were like, okay. So they were like, hold your phone here, put your hand here. First of all, it was like this, and I was like, oh my god, that's my elbow. Here, look, put your head towards the camera, and then look that way. And I was just like, I can't do this. I just felt like such a fucking idiot. But the date was so good, and we had a photo shoot and everything where I was just like, oh my god. I was like to the photographer, I was like, I'm really sorry that this is your job, that you have to photograph me. And I was like, and she kept telling me to look down, and I was like, well, you're not going to be able to hide my double chin if I look down. I was like, that was such a good, and do you know what, when I saw it in Eason's, I was just like, oh my god. I actually got like a little bit of emotion, and I couldn't read it until I got home, and it's just, I looked, there's Ellen in there as well, my bag. So that was so good. Like, I bought like 3 or 4 copies, so I'm going to frame this one and like take out the other pages. Like, just so exciting, so exciting. 2015 was a pretty good year. That was really high pitched, sorry about that. And I think 2016 is gonna be one of those years where I think it's gonna change things You know when you have that feeling in your guts? Because last year I made a conscious decision to say yes to a lot of things and then freak out later. So yeah, it was like that with the radio, and it was with the beauty panel and everything. I was just yeah, let's just do it. And I'll be like, oh God, what did I do? What did I do? So I have a couple of speaking things coming up this year already. So I'm okay right now. The day of it, I'll be just like, but I think it's good to push yourself and to do something different. And I think taking those chances for me last year has just paid off so much, like so much. Putting myself out there on Snapchat has just changed everything, like to do with the blog and to do with YouTube. And yeah, I don't know, it's just, I'm just a very lucky person, to be honest. So yeah, so that's my video. Those are some really cool things what happened to me in 2015. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, leave me a comment if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.